Oromo Voice Radio English Program. Oromo Voice Radio is broadcasting to Oromia at 16-meter band or 17,850 kilohertz or on oromovoice.org website. OVR broadcasts Oromia Insight program every Monday for 15 minutes at 7:15 p.m. Oromia local time. Welcome to Oromia Insight program.
Oromia is a country in East Africa well known as the Horn of Africa. It's 600,000 square kilometers, making it larger than France, Italy, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Oromia is populated by over 40 million people. It's the origin of human race and the Gada system. Oromia is the birthplace of coffee and home to world-class athletes. Also is a nation with multi-faith society, Christianity, Islam, and Wakefana. Oromia is the third largest single nation in Africa and the single largest nation in East Africa. It has been occupied by Ethiopia for over 130 years and is struggling for self-determination. Oromia has an uncounted number of Oromo refugees living in other countries.
Welcome to Oromia Insight. My name is Aliye Geleto. This is part 2 interview with Professor Hamdesa.
That's one approach. For example, in the case of Iran, 2 wars, not Iran but Iraq, there was this contending approach, which is I have to win. So Saddam Hussein invaded, the first war, invaded Kuwait. The U.S. and others say, you get out of Kuwait, it's illegal. Saddam Hussein, I'm not going to go out. You guys are a bunch of Zionists, crusaders, you hate Islam. All you want is our oil. Then the U.S. said, we are going to force you to come out. So both of them were not willing to give in, so they wanted to win. They put out this propaganda posture, I have to win. Then, as you know, the party who had more power won the war. That was the first war, Iraq War. The second Iraq War was similar position, which is Saddam Hussein give out weapons of mass destruction, and you are not sponsoring terrorism. That was the claim of George Bush II. So at some point he said, Saddam Hussein, I'm going to give you 48 hours. You go out, you have to leave Iraq with your 2 boys. Otherwise we are going to invade your country. He said, I'm not going to go do that. I'm going to fight. We will crush you. Okay, you see, it's a contending, you know. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to force you to do. That's contending, using power, using force to persuade the other party to change behavior. So in that case also, the party who has more power won. And that is one approach. The other approach is you compromise, okay? The other approach is you accommodate the interest of the other party. The other approach is a party may say, I don't want to be in this conflict, so I don't want to do anything. Don't touch me. Don't come near to me. The other one is a collaboration, In Oromo language, they call it Matsikuka. What is pricking you? What is prickling you? And then they sit down and talk what's bothering you. And then the idea of collaboration is the parties come to the table and say, tell me, this is what's bothering me, but I'm willing to work out with you. Please put on the table what's bothering you. Then they exchange ideas. Sometimes they add other parties to help them. Those are the 6 different approaches. The other approach is negotiation. You directly negotiate with the other party. You talk and you negotiate. The other one is mediation. In case of mediation, the communication has broken down, the parties don't trust each other, so you need someone else to carry the burden to communicate, to help the parties to come together. Finally, in some cases, some parties choose coercive approach, which is, you don't want to listen to what I say, I'm going to force you to listen. So they use force. Force can manifest itself in different forms. You can go to court. When you go to court, you're asking the state to be on your side against other parties. Or you can spread propaganda, so-and-so is my enemy, you demonize them. The other one, you sabotage. For example, in a company, if the company does not concede the demand of the workers may go slowly in work. They sabotage the process in the production. And then the other one is you apply direct physical violence, like go to war, you hit somebody, you destroy material. So there are different approaches to conflict. The most important for our field is collaboration, looking for peacemakers, negotiation. The idea is don't dismiss the interests of the other party. If you can sit down and talk, or somebody can help you, possibly you can work out where both of you can feel that you want something.
In a Oromo system of conflict resolution and reconciliation, there are Oromo worldview like Waka, the universal creator, Ayana, a process through which Waka made all things, Shaitana, evil spirit which cause wrong, Chubbu, conscious act to harm others, Balesa, transgression against others, usually through omission, Kayo, a concept which describes a person's fullest life or lack of it, Kitte, equality or among others. How does this actually relate to conflict resolution in Oromos?
Well, very interesting. Worldview first. Worldview is a notion, is an idea that after several years, centuries, a particular society develops certain understanding about life, its relation to others, its relation to nature, the idea of the divine. Every culture has three elements. Every culture has three elements. The three elements of my material culture is what we produce: desks, tables, dishes, food. The other one is social culture, how we organize ourselves. Clan, modern organizations, state, all of these are human organizations. The third one is ideological, which is the idea of human beings want to associate themselves with some kind of divine. That is a justification for them for existence. To have a meaningful life, to find legitimacy in their existence, they come to be associated with some kind of divine. Okay? So, worldview affects all of these. It is what a society views about life in their belief system. In the case of Oromos, you listed them, which is quite good. All of these elements help the Oromos in a traditional setting to resolve conflict. The Oromos do not like, the Oromos are spiritual people. They don't like internal contradictions. The argument I have made during my presentation is this. We, or those of us who are Oromo movement, to liberate Oromos from colonial yoke, we have to understand about Oromo worldview. We have to treat people in those terms. But if we introduce hierarchical, dictatorial, it is going to destroy the meaning, the spirit. I gave the example of Somalis. Somalis are egalitarian collective society. Then they went through colonialism, then state, modern state. Then Siad Barre came with a scheme where he wanted to rule, establish family type hierarchy dictatorial like Saudi Arabia and Gulf state. So during Siad Barre's, the people who ruled Somalia came from three clans. From his clan, the clan of his wife, and the clan of his son-in-law. The Somalis rejected that vehemently. And then they hated the whole state and they destroyed it. The argument I'm trying to make is during the last 24 years, 23 years, the Oromos have gone through this trauma, Oromo movement. The Oromo Liberation Front, which had successfully captured the imagination of Oromo people. In the process, it became the symbol of Oromo nationalism. Then you have got internal contradictions, where each group, each person wants to dictate how the Oromo are going to live in the future that we don't know about. So my view is, if this approach is destroying Oromo worldviews, it is creating contradictions. So people cannot build consensus. Therefore, the argument I'm making is that if we want to help the Oromos to organize themselves and confront their collective future, we need to respect these worldviews. And instead of giving orders, we need to talk to people, explain to them what we are about, listen to them, and come up with some kind of idea. If we do that, it is possible to do. If we do that, we get better results. We avoid this internal conflict. We also, remember, peace is a spiritual requirement, cultural requirement in Oromo society. The Oromos make peace for two reasons. One is it's a spiritual requirement. Oromo want to be at peace with nature, with the divine, with its members. That is basic requirement of Oromo society. The second is also to avoid this destructive conflict, self-destructive conflict, the big things Oromos have achieved. The OLF itself has been weakened.
There is a statement you make, I think, during Shanacha, Jarsumma. There was another historic event that cemented my faith in Oromo people and their belief in the Oromumma. Between 2001 and 2004, I was privileged to serve on Shanacha Jarsumma Peace Mission. As a chairman of the Shanacha, I was exposed to various views expressed by Oromo people around the world. Other members also had their contact too. At the end of the process, we made 3 fundamental observations. First, the Oromo people believe in unity. Second, the Oromo people support the OLF. Third, the Oromo people want to support the goal of self-determination, independence. This is the truth manifestation of Oromumma. Is this still the case?
For me, yes. If you have time, I want to address the issue of Oromumma. Those who want to tell us that they are going to teach us Oromumma. My argument is, I wrote in another paper, Oromos never lost Oromumma. Yes, they were separated, they were Labra, they were Asi, they were this and this. But in their own village, in their own homes, they were Oromo. They did not forget their language, they practiced. It's only a small segment, a small percentage of Oromo society which are urbanized and became part of the Russia system, like going to Orthodox Church, speaking Amharic, all of that. Majority Oromo remained with their own culture, their language, their practices. So Oromumma was not destroyed at all. As opposed to the case of the Jews who were dispersed for 2,000 years, they had to teach themselves what it means to be an Israeli, create a new nation, a new name, a new tradition, okay? In Oromos, we don't have to do that. These things existed. This bunch of people who think, so-called intellectuals, who think they are going to teach Oromumma, many of them also violating actually the true nature of Oromo tradition, the true nature of Oromo decency, the true nature of the Oromo worldview, fairness, equality. So let's not spend our time talking about teaching Oromumma. There is Oromumma in every village. In one of my presentation papers, I gave examples where Majatu Lama was created. It was mostly created by urban, educated Oromo, mostly from Shawa. As soon as they went into the countryside, Oromo embraced them. Why? They saw something that was Oromo in them. So they offered the Oromumma to them. Okay? When the OLF organized, people responded in the same way. Then when OLF went back home in 1991, Oromo elders from every quarter, from the border of from Dambidolo to the border of Somalia, from Kenya to Wadlo, Oromo came together after 100 years of separation. They organized elders. This is a spectacular manifestation of Oromumma. In the literate Oromos, they were looking for their own little thing, what they want to introduce. They wanted to get credit for that. That's what they're looking for. What they couldn't understand was this Oromo overwhelming Oromumma behavior, which unbelievably spiritual, collectivist, yawning, crying to be together. But our leadership did not understand this. They were looking for their little project, their own little ideology, their own little ideas. So my argument is, don't talk about teaching Oromumma. Let's celebrate Oromumma. Let's reach understanding. Like Oromo elders in Borana territory, they came out and they sat down for 30 days to make peace with the OLF group. And so that is, to me, is manifestation of true Oromumma.
Thank you very much. I think we have to wrap it up there. Thank you, Professor Hamdesa, for coming and sharing your experience about conflict resolution, making peace among us and with the world. We hope we will talk broadly in the near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me to talk with you.
Thank you.